Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I hope you are having a great day. In today's stories, OP doesn't want his daughter to go see her boyfriend, so he does something really bad to stop her. Am I the idiot for canceling my daughter's flight when she wanted to leave before my niece's wedding, that she was a bridesmaid for? I know the title doesn't sound great, but hear it out. My 54 male niece, Taylor, 26 female, got married a few days ago. My daughter, Vienna, 27 female, was part of the bridal party as a bridesmaid. This wedding has been over a year in planning, and Vienna, of course, knew of her role and everything way in advance. She's been hanging around a guy, Matthew, for a while now, but I don't think they're anything serious. Matthew had gone to a different state on a business trip, and got into an accident. This all happened a couple weeks before Taylor's wedding. Vienna found out and had a nervous breakdown, saying that she needs to fly out immediately. Yes, I understand she was upset, but she wasn't thinking straight, and unnecessarily worrying. I explained to her that even if she goes, she has to come back before the wedding, but it'd be better if she didn't, as there's a lot of last-minute things. She didn't listen, and kept saying she's going to go, and probably stay there for a while. Both me and my wife tried to explain to her to stay calm, and she can go anytime after the wedding. She called up Taylor, my brother and his wife, and told them she wouldn't be able to attend. Taylor understandably didn't take the news well, and sister-in-law made a whole post saying, quote, "Some people don't want to see others happy, and isn't it nice when family quits at the last moment?" She didn't mention us by name explicitly, but it's obvious what it was about. It pretty much caused nuclear warfare throughout my side of the family, but Vienna wouldn't hear it, and booked a flight before the wedding. All of our flyer accounts are linked, so I cancelled her flight. You did what? Vienna went insane when she found out, and we had a huge argument, and again we told her that she really needs to understand how big of a deal this wedding is, as she's part of the bridal party, and some man doesn't overtake a family obligation. Oh my god, this family is full of a-holes. I even offered to pay the extra cost, so she can reschedule the flight after the wedding, but she blew up at all of us. Vienna did attend the wedding, and did all her duties as bridesmaid. She is better than me. And thankfully didn't make a show. Yeah, I would. And all of us thanked her for understanding, but she pretty much cursed us out, even my brother and his family. What did you expect? Me and my wife tried calling and messaging her after the wedding, but she's not picking up or answering. I do know that she flew out the day after the wedding, so I really don't see what the issue is, but Vienna was clearly mad at us. OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the a-hole. I cancelled my daughter's flight out, after she wanted to leave before my niece's wedding, in which she was a bridesmaid. I might have gone too far by doing so, and been the a-hole. So you don't know why she's angry? Are you serious? Come on, dude. You know that what you did was wrong. You belittle her relationship, you think that her partner having an accident isn't reason enough for her to go be with him, you manipulate and emotionally blackmail her in every way possible to get her to stay, even though the wedding is weeks away. And in the end, when she decides to go against your wishes, you cancel her flight, to force her to go to this stupid wedding, full of narcissistic and idiotic people who only care about themselves. I know that weddings take a long time to plan and are expensive, and that there are people who spend years idealizing this day, but unfortunately things happen and plans change, and in this case a person had an accident, he could be seriously hurt, but apparently OP and his family don't even care about that. And I'm not even saying that they shouldn't be upset that OP's daughter wanted to leave. Being upset and sad when a long-awaited plan changes is normal, but their actions and reactions are what is the problem. You said the wedding would happen only weeks later, and from what you told us, he's in another state, not another country. So, what would be the problem if she went to see him and then came back for the wedding? I think that was her intention initially, but after seeing the lack of empathy regarding her boyfriend's health from all of you, she decided she didn't want to be part of this wedding. Either that, or his condition was more critical than you knew, and maybe she was needed there. But either way, what mattered was what you wanted. You didn't care about her choices, or her boyfriend's health, or whether or not her presence was actually necessary there. You were all against her going, because what really matters was for your niece to have her, quote, perfect wedding. You're the idiot. You, your wife and your entire family are a bunch of narcissistic idiots. You can make up as many excuses as you want, and your family members can make several posts on social media with unfounded justifications. You will continue to be the idiots here. And what do you guys think about this situation? What do you think of OP's behavior? Would you have done something like that? Or do you think daughter is overreacting? Don't forget to leave what you think down below. You are the idiot, and a huge, manipulative one at that. First, a-hole for canceling her flight that she paid for. What the F? She's a grown woman and you have no business doing that, and honestly it seems illegal, if not it's still grossly unethical. Hanging around a guy for a while now, don't think it's serious. It's not up to you to decide how serious her relationship with her partner is. It's obviously serious enough that she wants to immediately fly out and be with him after he had a car accident. She was upset and wasn't thinking straight, and was unnecessarily worrying. Oh, she was being emotional and needed to calm down. You also don't get to decide what her feelings should be. Bride and groomzilla are also a-holes. A wedding can be missing a bridesmaid. Her role isn't that important. She's not the maid of honor. It's not the end of the world, and it certainly wouldn't ruin bridezilla and groomzilla's bid day. Putting her on blast on social media is disgusting. Some man doesn't overtake family responsibilities. What about when the family is a bunch of a-holes? And again, you don't get to decide what, quote, some man means to her. Honestly, I hope Vienna realizes how awful and toxic you all are. Some man. So basically Taylor's some man trumps Vienna's some man, which is the part that really sticks in my craw. And Taylor is probably the first one to be pissed when she isn't asked to be in Vienna's wedding, and if they force Vienna to have her in it, she's likely the type to announce her pregnancy at it. You are the idiot. She's an adult and her partner got into an accident. There are reasons to miss a wedding, and this is one of them. This all happened a couple weeks before Taylor's wedding. You forgot that part. The accident happened a couple of weeks before the wedding, and OP still thinks he is in the right keeping his daughter from flying out. If I was Vienna, I will go no contact with them. This is stepping boundaries and also abusive. Plus, it looks like this people don't get it yet. Family matters, but my decisions, the people I love and value out of my family, matters too. Her father is so manipulative and the bride is a total bridezilla. She acts like a 5-year-old child writing that stupid post. And what about you guys? Do you agree with the comments? Would you say something else? Don't forget to leave your comments down below. Oh, and I hope you are enjoying the video so far. If so, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications to know when a new video is out. Now let's go to the next story. Am I the idiot for leaving my kids home alone without a babysitter? I, 45 female, have 2 kids, 11 male and 10 female, and my husband, 47 male, has 2 daughters, 18 female and 15 female. My husband is very strict with his daughters, less so with his oldest obviously, and I think he sees my kids as his too. He is strict with them, and my kids really don't mind too much, since he's their only father figure, and he has a good relationship with them. He's very protective over all the kids. I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and my husband spent most of the day at his parents' house with his daughters. I left my kids home and told them I'd be back later. My doctor took longer than expected, and by the time I was on my way back, my husband called me. I didn't answer, since I was driving, and when I got back he was really mad, and told me that I'm an irresponsible parent for leaving the kids home alone. He said that they're still young and couldn't care for themselves. I said they're 11 and 10, not 6 and 5. He was even more angry that I talked back to him, and told me I should have gotten a neighbor to watch the kids. I said again, that the kids were old enough to be alone, and they're perfectly capable of taking care of themselves for a few hours. My husband said he had enough, and told me that from now on I have to stay home if he's not, before going upstairs. It took me a while to cool down. I was really mad, but later I started wondering if he's right, since my kids could still have gotten into trouble. Am I the idiot? OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the a-hole. My kids are pretty young, and can be irresponsible sometimes. Maybe it was a bad move leaving them alone. Where was your husband in this story if you needed to go to the doctor? He couldn't come home to watch the children while you had a medical appointment? My husband was visiting his parents, and he was gone for a lot of the day. Honestly, I don't think leaving a 10-year-old and an 11-year-old alone in their home is necessarily wrong. I mean, it depends on the children, if you think they are responsible and mature enough to do so, and if you think your home is in a safe area for them to be by themselves, I don't see any problem with that. At that age, my parents used to leave me alone in my house for a couple of hours, but I had friends that their parents wouldn't do that. They didn't trust them to be by themselves or thought they were too young. Like I said, this depends on the kids and the parents, and nowadays parents tend to be more cautious, so things that seemed normal in our childhood may not be so today. That being said, and given your husband's protective, or controlling, behavior, depending how you see it, I'm not surprised by his reaction. Does that mean I agree with him? Not at all. I think the way he spoke to you was unnecessary and disrespectful. I understand that he may think the children are not ready to be by themselves, but he shouldn't have spoken to you like that. So, from the information you gave us, and judging only from that, I don't think you're the idiot. And what do you guys think about this situation? Do you think OP was the idiot? Do you think she shouldn't have left her children home alone? Don't forget to leave your thoughts down below. Now let's read the comments. Not the idiot, for leaving a 10 and 11-year-old alone, if you, as their parent, felt they were mature enough to handle it. But holy hell, the rest of your post is throwing red flags up, regarding your husband. Angry at you for talking back? Telling you when you are and are not allowed to leave the house? Huh? Is this typical in your relationship? Not the idiot, because I think you know if your kids are mature enough to stay alone for a few hours. I'm more concerned about your husband being mad that you talked back to him. This sounds controlling. It would be no idiots here if the husband just disagreed with OP that the 11 and 10-year-old are not mature enough to be left alone. He could say to her, okay, let's sit down and talk this out. Let's each make a list of things a kid's gotta be able to do, to be left alone, and compare that, and maybe we need to discuss if we're too far apart. Then let's talk about where your kids are with your list, and the most important things on mine, and whether the gaps are things they can fill, or they just need to grow up some. But that's not what's happened. It was, I think you shouldn't leave your kids alone, therefore my word goes, and you should shut up and not argue with me. Now I'm done discussing it, you just stay home from now on unless I'm here. That's Marinara City, and that's the real problem, not the question of whether or not these kids are really old enough and mature enough. OP is not the idiot in this situation, but she is the idiot for being married to this guy. How much you want to bet that her kids actually hate him, and that he doesn't actually have a great relationship with them? She's a grown-ass adult and supposedly her partner, she certainly has every right to disagree with him. Talking back is reserved for children, and he doesn't get to tell her when she's allowed to leave the house. Her description of him as strict screams straight-up authoritarian to me, and the kids probably don't have nearly as good a relationship with him as she thinks they do. And what about you guys? Do you agree with the comments? Do you think OP is right to have left the kids alone at home? And what about the husband's reaction? What do you think? Red flags or just concern? Don't forget to leave your comments down below. And that's it for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, go watch the video that is appearing on the screen right now, or click on one of our playlists that are in the description to watch more videos. Until next time.